It's the 2026 Critics' Choice Awards that went down last night. And it was Timothée Chalamet who took home Best Actor for his role in the movie Marty Supreme. But it wasn't his win that actually broke the internet. It was who he thanked in his speech. Who's he talking about? Obviously his girlfriend, Kylie Jenner. How important are public declarations of love? What do we think?
Okay, but in Hollywood, okay, I love that you all love love, and I do too. But I mean, in Hollywood, I feel like these kinds of public declarations of love are important, but not that important.
Ooh.
They're more or less just a snapshot of a moment in time. It means nothing when it comes to the longevity of a relationship. Think about how many times, one of the famous ones that comes to mind is Halle Berry when she won her Oscar for Monsters Ball.
Yeah. Okay.
She thanked her then husband, Eric Benet.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
well, she didn't know he was sleeping with everybody.
Okay. But I'm just saying that,
her intentions were to thank him.
Do you think it's because he almost has to thank?
Well, when you're married, it's different, though. There's an expectation for you to thank your spouse. So
I know, can we talk about that for a minute, too? Because as much as I love Jason, he doesn't have a lot to do with my success as an individual. I'm not to sound like a jerk.
So you won a professional award.
Yes, he's there, he's supportive, but I mean, I don't know.
But if you raise your child.
Well, we both raise our child still. I'm just saying,
Wait, so if he's in the audience,
trying, Jason, I'm trying.
He's in the audience, you're getting hardware, everybody's clapping, and he's looking at you like this. You're gonna be like, I'm not saying your name.
I'm not gonna miss thanking you guys first before thanking my partner. Sorry, I'm just saying.
That's impressive.
That's interesting.
Well, this declaration, I think, makes everything feel very real. Do you know what I mean? I don't know about you guys, but was there part of you that was like, this isn't real with Timothée and Kylie? No. You guys all
thought it was real.
You all felt it. Well, then that says more about me, doesn't it? Than you. It just seemed like, it felt like we were universally sort of involved in this declaration, or that there was this idea that it might not be true. And now it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will say, I saw the video all across social media, TikTok and Instagram last night, and whoever was in the audience, which is presumably somebody who's there, who has an invite to the Critics' Choice, there was an audible gasp in the audience. This is from people like Leonardo DiCaprio. We have A-list...
He was gasping because he would never do this.
He would never do this. But
you're
people were shocked.
What I mean by real is, I think we all know that they are together, they are having sexual relations. They go out on dates together. They travel together.
They do a lot of red carpets.
But the love part, that is so shallow of me. I did question, is that... It clearly is. He said it. It's gotta be real.
3 years in. Here's the deal. I'll say this much. I knew that it was real because if you think about A-list celebrities, even when they are dating someone, very seldom do you see them bring that person on the red carpet. Leonardo DiCaprio has been with every single model, but he never brings them on the carpet. There are a lot of men. Bradley Cooper, another one, has been aligned with a lot of different women, never brings them on the carpet. So for me, when you see an A-list celebrity like Timothée bring his girlfriend on every carpet, every single award, he doesn't just bring her. He's holding her hand. He's making sure she sits down first. They're making out like two hot teenagers. So I never questioned their relationship. I do love the way she quietly I love you. I did live for that moment. But I will say, if you're in the dating world, this is a huge deal because you can be having the time of your life thinking that this is going to be the one. And then your partner goes up to to give a speech, say it's a wedding or an event, and then they're thanking everybody. And in that moment, however they refer to you, or they don't refer to you at all, you will know in that moment where your relationship's going. Because if they don't mention you and you're like, oh, he didn't even mention me. Or if they go, oh, and I'd like to thank my friend. And you're like, oh, so now I am a friend. You were sleeping with me last night, but now we're friends.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that.
There's an argument to be made, though, that it would be actually more powerful if he didn't mention her. If she's sitting there and...
for who, though?
I just think that there's something precious about a relationship. It is hard in the public eye. Relationships are hard, period. But then in Hollywood, we know they crash and burn a lot. And some of that comes from the rumor mill and gossip and whatever. And so I think that actually him utilizing this moment, again, I wish them no harm. But maybe he was doing it in a strategic way to sort of...
Oh, I think the strategy was to legitimize her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
Like,
relationship.
listen, I don't care if you have bought the Kylie lip gloss or if you haven't bought the Kylie lip gloss. She was named the world's youngest self-made billionaire at age 21.
Why does she need legitimization?
So I'll tell you exactly
Okay, all
why.
right.
Because even when that thing came out, everybody said, that wasn't a self-made billionaire. We know who did the work, Kris Jenner. Kris Jenner made her a billionaire. She is the youngest of all the Kardashian kids. She's been on television since she was 10 years old. So everybody said, what do you mean self-made? This is a girl who was born into an empire. And so the idea is, what everybody says about the Kardashians is that they're famous for being famous. Like, what have they actually done? What do they do? Timothy is a serious actor with serious talent. So now he gets together with a Kardashian Jenner, which everyone's eyes rolled. Oh my God.
In the beginning, yeah.
Okay, she's hot. She's a billionaire.
That was
but
Jess.
she wasn't, but people didn't maybe think of her legitimately. Now she's sitting among her peers and saying, like, if a serious actor thinks that I'm a serious person to be in a relationship, then you should take me seriously.
Well, there you go.
Also,
see.
for all that hair and makeup and that body, yada, yada, you better mention her in the damn speech. Least you could do.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay, from declarations to décolletage, the red carpet fashion at the Critics' Choice Awards also had people talking. So, Andrea, what was your standout look?
Okay, so there were a lot of really nice outfits on the black carpet at the Critics' Choice Award, but my choice is hands down, and I will fight people in the comments for this, were two actors from the show Hacks, which, by the way, you can watch on Crave. Just nice little plug there. Their names are Meg Stelter and Paul Downs. They wore this orange ensemble. Now, I know a lot of you are like, Andrea, have you lost your mind in 2025? No, follow me. These two were actually playing a homage to two people we were just talking about, Timothy and Kylie, because a couple days before this carpet, Kylie and Timothy showed up in this orange number. Right?
Good
and
knockoff.
so they did this knockoff in just days. And you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me that red carpets need to be and should be treated like a fun place to be.
Yes.
And
Well,
to
they're
have a little bit of
comedians
camp.
too, right? So I think, yeah.
And they took themselves seriously. They never broke character the entire red carpet. Perfection. Loved it.
Oh my God. You know who stood out for me was the actress Catherine Lanassa. Not just because she was in this beautiful red, and I want to get the name of the designer right. It's Louis Vuitton. This dress, I just love. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Just it looks
She's
like
from
a
the
present
pit.
on top.
She's from the pit.
She's from the
And
pit.
she won
you
last
guys,
night, too.
Nurse Dana from the pit. Have you guys been watching the pit?
Such a good show.
It's also on Crave. It's one of my favorite shows, and I just feel like her performance as Nurse Dana was standout. And that is her husband. Does he look familiar? Melrose Place.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Great show from Melrose Place. Oh my God. So she has been acting for several decades, but it's just hitting her stride, and I'm just so happy for her. And also, FYI, The Pit season 2 starts Thursday on Crave.
Okay, stay tuned.
Very
Love it.
smooth.
Big winner
So
last
excited.
night.
Yeah.
Big winner last night.
I chose Teyana Taylor, who I think she took a risk by wearing this Saint Laurent fall
I'm
2025
obsessed with her.
menswear look. Guys, she dressed for the weather too, apparently, like when nobody else seemed to. But also, this is like, this was Alexander Skarsgård was walking around in his like leather daddy look, a lot of the same looks from this particular collection. And we had mixed feelings. We talked several times. I think she pulls this off so well. She's got the perfect dash of like hyper femininity, perfection in the makeup, and then this masculine energy that just is so incredibly sexy. And I think she pulled it off so well. The boots were a little extra, but we're gonna forget about that and just praise that she looked amazing.
Her horse might have been out in the parking lot. That's she was my best style star of 2025, and she's clearly continuing into 2026. Okay, I'm going to stick with the Teyana Taylor thing. The girl who plays her daughter in the movie, One Battle After Another. I'm talking about Chase Infinity. She was my best dress in, who is it? Louis Vuitton?
Wow.
Yes, a little young up-and-comer.
They're going places, though. They're going places.
Listen, this is Louis Vuitton. It is spectacular. I mean, you could probably put a paper bag on her and she would wear it beautifully, but it's the draping in the front, it's the draping in the back. She's got her braids, minimal makeup. She's absolutely stunning. She played alongside heavy hitters, Benicio del Toro. Leonardo DiCaprio played her dad in the movie, Sean Penn. She is someone to watch. And guys, if you are going to be around Toronto this March 2026, she is going to be here shooting The Testaments, which is the follow-up to
very cool.
The Handmaid's Tale.
Very cool.
So eyes open for Chase Infinity on the streets of Toronto. And another
And
little
Hamilton.
plug. And another little plug, one of our horses is also going to be in the testimony.
Nice.
Yes.
In a dramatic overnight operation on Saturday, the United States military carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela. President Nicolás Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, were captured and transported to the U.S. to face narco-terrorism and conspiracy charges. Now, following the attack, President Donald Trump vowed to run the country until there is a proper transition of power. The incursion has prompted international criticism, including protests in Ottawa and Montreal. So this sort of all hit our timelines and our news station channels and newspapers. How are we feeling?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's deeply, deeply unsettling, right? And I mean, by all accounts, this Maduro was not a great guy, and I think there's enough evidence, and we can talk about that. But I mean, I think where, as Canadians, I'm sitting with is the response that I think Carney gave a very measured response, and I felt that he chose his words very carefully. And my understanding is some of the protests on the weekend were to do with like people saying that Carney isn't doing enough. And my question is like, what will be enough right now? We are in a very strange and delicate position right now. We need our partners to the south. We need to still continue to do trade with them. Carney, by all accounts, has been trying to make other trading partners. Even if we end up building a pipeline, building up our, army reserves, military, all these types of things, if Trump wanted to take over, he can.
Don't say that, Cynthia.
I'm sorry to say it.
I know, but don't say it. I was saying it out loud just like gave me the chills. Anybody else? It's like, we do feel very vulnerable right now.
Yeah.
You know what I was just thinking about? I was thinking about last year this time, before he was inaugurated on January 20th, people were talking about they were just looking forward to him coming into office. First of all, this has been the longest year ever. Feels like it's been 4 years with regards to him. And last year this time, we're talking about they were excited about the economy, the price of eggs going down, and people were very concerned about their TikTok going away. Remember? Simpler times.
Yeah.
And so when I was at home watching these bombs go off in Venezuela, I was like, this was your plan all along. And it's something that a lot of political analysts noted. They're like, there's a huge difference between Trump the first time he was in office and this second time. The second time is like he came in with a purpose, with focus. This is why he's always bending the truth and wants to muzzle the media, because he wants to be able to do whatever he wants to do without anybody giving him any guff about it. And so I was watching this, and it's like, yeah, you were dropping these bombs on these boats, and this was about drugs, because it's narcotic charges are against the Venezuelan president. But now you immediately go not to worrying about the people in Venezuela and what will they do in their infrastructure, but the oil. And he's going to get American oil companies to come in and make sure. And it's like, so this was always about the oil.
And the funny thing is, I think people shouldn't be surprised. So I think, even though last year people were worried about eggs and TikTok, everybody was talking last year around Project 2025. Remember that book? It's an actual document. And everybody says, oh, come on. Like, it's so extreme. He's not going to actually do what Project 2025 says. And he even said many times, I don't know who these people are that wrote it. He has been doing every single thing in this document to the letter, including this. And so if there is a document that people have heard maybe in the news, it's called the Monroe Doctrine. The Monroe Doctrine of 1823. It sounds like it's in the history books. Trump has brought it to 2026. So the Doctrine of 1823 was the then U.S. President, James Monroe, who said in this doctrine, to the Europeans, no more shall you come over here to the Western Hemisphere. The Western Hemisphere is for us, the Americans. You take your colonization and you go back to where you came from. And in exchange, we will not interfere with what you're up to. Right. You don't interfere with what we are up to. So I think to myself, and he's been using the word Monroe Doctrine all the time. It's not a mystery what he's doing here. My biggest concern as a Canadian, and I think the whole world is, well, what's next? If you can go, and some people are calling this a kidnapping. I'm not saying he's a good guy, but he essentially kidnapped a person and his wife in the middle of the night from a country that wasn't the United States, put him on a ship blindfolded. I mean, that's called a kidnapping as far as I'm concerned. So now I'm wondering, what's next? Well, and then he said it on Air Force One, Greenland. Greenland, we don't need it for their resources. We need it for our national security interests. So if you think that Trump is going to stop Putin from what he's doing in Ukraine, he's not, because he just did the same thing in Venezuela. And you know the only thing he's asking for? Putin, leave me alone, and I'll leave you alone.
Wow.
No,
but it's facts.
Yeah.
That's what I think is happening.
My reaction to all of this was, oh boy, I've got some homework to do. Because admittedly, I know nothing, well, very, very little about this. And right now, I want to approach it very, very cautiously because even in terms of general consensus among Venezuelans, like there's not one overarching sort of feeling that they have. And so I just want to come at this country that has a very long and complicated history and listen and watch and try to understand what's going on instead of telling anyone what to think is going on.
Yeah, it's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Listen, this is going to be not the first time because this is maybe the easiest part for him is over. What happens next in Venezuela? What happens next and beyond Venezuela? We'll be talking about it here.
The writer for The Cut says that people need to start friction maxing in 2026. This is the process of building up tolerance for friction, also known as inconvenience. For example, going out and buying a cookbook instead of asking ChatGPT for a recipe. All right, so are you on board with this idea? That's what we'll call it.
Oh, you are? Oh,
You guys
that's
like
so
it?
nice. That's so nice. It sounds like a dirty word, number one, friction maxing. No, like maximizing.
Yep,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking in my head. That hand thing, don't let our boss see you do that. You'll get in big trouble. I'm not
Woman
into
in the hands.
It's not just that. It's like, are you into the idea of using like a flip phone rather than your smartphone, or paying with cash rather than your card? I don't think I'm into that. I think that seems disingenuous. These things have made lives easier. But when it comes to like political discourse and stuff, I am into friction maxing. You know what I mean? I don't want to oversimplify things. I want there to be context. So essentially, like, I want to friction max my opinions, but I still want ChatGPT to help me with my soup recipes.
I like that. Okay, I like that. I think what you're also hinting at is you want to friction max your relationships, which we kind of have been avoiding when you think about in politics. Everyone's been staying in their silos and trying to avoid any kind of discourse. And I'm going to jump off that because I think in my personal relationships, what I've been playing with is actually not adding friction, but sort of like accepting that there will be friction.
I know, I heard it too.
Not in a dirty way, guys. Get your mind out of the gutter. In order to make things smoother. So, for example, when you're in long-term relationships, there's all kinds of friction points, right? You can be in the kitchen. I'm using myself as an example. We get on each other's nerves big time in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
And it's easy for a small situation like, why are you using that knife, to become a big, like, escalating thing.
Okay.
So what I'm practicing is accepting that he's going to irritate me and say something, and instead of reacting, right, which is the easy way, I'm going to create the friction inside myself and kind of just take a deep breath, live with the discomfort in order to make things smoother in my relationship.
I love
Hot
this.
Hot tip, guys.
I love it.
Wow.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, it's going to take me about 10 minutes to try to figure that out.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
I'll get it. I don't think our generation, a certain generation, needs friction maxing. If you were born like any time before, I don't know, 1990
in the 1900s,
okay? Anytime, we don't need friction maxing. We are the ones who like and enjoy the ChatGPTs of the world because we understand, first of all, what friction is because we lived it. Friction is Encyclopedia Britannica. Friction is I don't know where I am, but I'll look at the sun and figure out what time I need to be home because nobody can catch me on my phone and nobody can like we know friction because we've lived through hard times. That's why we are resilient people. I'm going to use friction maxing in my parenting because somehow my generation went from ultimate friction everywhere. Everything was hard. Everything was hard. I walked both ways uphill to school in a snowstorm. Okay, everything for us was hard, but somehow as parents, we have tried to take away all challenges for our children. And I don't know what
You're calling Ubers for your kids.
You're calling Ubers. So, for example, this morning I had a friction max moment. I think it's I don't know. You guys will tell me if it's a friction max moment. So I always do my daughter's hair, and I have decided in 2026 that anything my daughter can do for herself, I will refuse to do for her anymore.
Good.
Okay? I will refuse.
Good.
I might have to add hours to my morning, but I refuse. So this morning, she's like, Mommy, I'm gonna do my own hair. We were already late. And I know I can go like this. That looks amazing. And I was like this. Melissa, breathe very deeply. Let her do her own hair. She might look a little wild going to school.
yeah.
So you do understand what I was talking about. This is the same thing.
it
You
the
take
same
it-
thing?
It's very similar.
It's
It's taking a day
Oh,
break
get
and
it.
just accepting,
Okay.
letting people be themselves. That's it.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I will pray for patience, but I'm all for friction maxing in my parenting.
Yeah.
See, and here's the deal. That's great. You know why? Because if you ever want her to become really good and very fast at doing her hair, she has to start somewhere.
Yes.
And you have to let her be. You have to let her go to school with a ponytail over here and a ponytail over there
Yes.
until she figures it out. And then she becomes this person where one day you're going to look at her and go, oh my gosh, you did your own hair. It looks amazing. Yes, because I figured it out on my own. Listen, I'm from the 1900s. I'm from a time where, catch this, kids, where you had to actually get off the couch and touch the knob on the TV to change the channel.
Oh my God, remember
I was navigating with what we call a pearly guide. You don't even know a pearly guide. You don't even know what that is. So my whole life, you don't even know the
Map book.
pearly
The
guide.
pearlies?
The pearly
Map.
guide. It was a map.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
a
like
map.
And
orange.
you had to know what northwest, east, like you didn't know. Okay.
There's a map book.
Wow.
Maybe you were born in the 2000s. We just didn't know.
We just didn't go anywhere.
Listen, I was on the subway by age 9. I was doing my own laundry at age 12. My entire life, between birth to like my entire life was always friction maxing. And I'm at a stage in my life where I want to work smart and not hard. So this friction maxing, no thank you for me. I have earned the right to look back and go, oh, no, that's not for me. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
I'm not doing that.
Need friction
Let
maxing
the
for the kids.
Let the
For the
kids.
youth.
Let the kids.
We don't
Let the
learn.
kids.
We
Why?
don't
We've
need it.
done. We've done. We're done here. Look away.
We
Do something else.
graduated.
Subscribe to the Social Podcast so you don't miss a fiery debate. Until next time, socialites.